Good afternoon once again. After the presentation, we will start with the demonstration of open source software for video editing. So as I have discussed, video editing software is somewhat more complex and tricky than video recording softwares that we have seen so far. But with that case, we can be able to manage quite well. We can find many video editing softwares outside. Out of them, few are paid and few are open source. The paid are quite expensive, anywhere it ranges from 15,000 to 25,000 as per the license. And because of that, they are more user friendly than open source softwares. But when we are considering free and open source softwares, they are also providing good amount of functionalities that we need as a teacher, but they are not much user friendly as that of paid. But as they are free, we can deal with some inconvenience. From available free softwares, I find OpenShot software simplest one. So we will cover that in our session. It works on all the platforms like Linux, Windows and Mac. For demo, I have used Windows platform. We as a teacher can use OpenShot to edit our recorded lectures. So, in this session, I will cover how to create a new project. Once you create a new project, how to add videos to that new project, how to move to timeline and save. Again, OpenShot is providing many features. Out of them, we are going to cover some of the features which are listed on the screen, which are needed as a teacher to us. First one is how to trim the video, because it may happen that we don't want some of the part of video that is unwanted part, so you can trim that video. OpenShot is also providing the feature called add text, which can be used to add the text to the video recording, and that is required when we have missed out something while recording the video. Another feature is adjust volume. It is very much important feature because it may happen that while recording your lectures, you may have your volume low. So you can adjust your volume features. Once it is done, we can export the video in the type of MP4 file. So all these features we are going to learn in this session. Let's start with demo. I have opened OpenShot editor window and this is how it looks. As you can see, this is a menu bar from which we can create a new project. So first task that we have to do is you have to create a new project. Once you create a new project, a project is created with a .osp extension. After creating project, the next task is include video in that project. The videos that you want to add it, the bunch of videos you have to include in this. How to include these videos, either you go for either drag and drop or of the bunch of the videos to this windows, or you can just click on this plus icon and go for importing the windows. So I will move to the bunch of videos that I have selected. Once you add all the videos, the next task is go for saving your project. So you can save the project by pressing Ctrl plus S, or you can go to menu bar, click on the file, then click on the save project. So I am doing that. It is asking where to save. So I am going to save this in document. See, the extension which is given over there is .osp. So I will give name as demo 1. Okay, now I need to get ready all these videos for editing. For that, I need to move these videos into the timeline. You can see this is the timeline. It starts from 0 and then it goes on. And you can also see there are something called tracks, track 5, track 4, track 3 and so on. The purpose of this track is to overlay elements on top of each other. I will explain it shortly. Normally, we don't need so many tracks. So, I am going to remove some tracks. You can remove the track by clicking on particular track. Right click on the track. You will see the options over there. The last one is remove track. So you just click on remove track. It will be removed. Similarly, you can go for removing the track 4. I am going to retain only 2 tracks. Now I am going to start adding my videos to timeline. So I am going to select my first view. I am going to right click and click on add into the timeline. So when I do this, the particular window will get pop up and ask you where to start, because the timeline is currently at 0. It's showing 0. It also shows in which track you want to put the video. Other contents are not important for us. So just let's keep the other contents as it is. So I will keep that video in the track 1. After selecting track 1, you just click on OK. So on track 1, you will find your video clip. Let me now introduce to the functioning of zoom in OpenShot. Now, this video is of certain length. It is extending way beyond the timeline and I need to get a sense of how long it is. So, this is the zoom in. So, here currently it is showing the interval of 15 seconds. You can see this is 0, 15, 30, 45 and 1 minute. and so on. I can move this to show the interval of 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, 60 seconds, that is 1 minute. So this is 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, and so on. Now let me talk about this blue slider. Blue slider gets you move across your video. Okay. So I am putting the slider. So I am putting the slider back to the 0. Sometime while doing lectures, you have to merge multiple lectures. We will see how to do that. So here is the preview window. Whatever I have put on the timeline, if I press on this play button, it is now start moving.
Hello. In this lecture, we
Time is moving.
learn about some
Time
fundamental
is moving
concepts of Java.
as well as
We will
the
cover
blue slider
primitive
is
data
also
types,
moving.
very
Now let me add my second video because I want to merge multiple videos. So for that I am going to right click on the second clip and I need to click on add to timeline. Then window will pop up again. As I have to merge the two videos, so I will select track 1. The rest of the contents will be as it is, so that is of no need for change. Click on OK. So you will find the second clip has come on the first track, first clip. This should not happen. So we will do one thing. We will remove this clip. So for that particular reason, we need to find out the first track length, and then we just need to move the blue slider at the end of the first clip. So for that you can use the icon which is given over there for moving the slider at the end. Or you just simply move the slider at the end. Now you can use the next video, click on the add to timeline. It will again ask you, then track 1, okay. So see, now right from the blue slider, the second video has entered. So after this, you have to keep your blue slider back to the 0 and start playing. It will play the first clip as well as second clip after the end of the first clip. So let me show you how it will do. So I will keep blue slider at the end of first clip and will start the preview of video.
This is unlike C or C++, where you may have to write many of these methods yourself. Thank you. In the next lecture, we will discuss about objects and classes.
See, as you can see, after the end of first clip, second clip has automatically starts. So you can merge n number of clips for your video lectures. How to import the merge videos? You will see the red button over here. So you just need to click on this particular button. Window will pop up. You have to give the file name, the path where you exactly want to save the particular clip, and you just need to click on export video. So right now I am giving the demo, so I don't want to export the video. So it will take a time, so I am going to cancel it. First, you go for adjusting the volume of the clips, because for editing like trimming, you have to break the clips into multiple clips, and then it is very easy to adjust the volume of every clips. So as soon as your videos are in timeline, adjust the volume and then start further editing. Adjust volume is required only when you feel that one of the clips of your recording having the voice as kind of feeble, and to boost up the voice on there. So in that case, we can go for adjusting the volume. So how do we adjust the volume? Select the clip. Suppose I want to adjust the volume of this particular clip. As the previous method, you just need to click on right and select add to timeline. I have already done. So in my track 1, you will see the first clip. Now to adjust the volume of this clip, select it, right click on the particular clip and move to the properties. The window will pop up at the left hand side and you will find the number of options over here. You have to move to the volume field, where right now the volume is 1.00. It means 100%. If you want to increase or boost up the voice, just select 1.00 and edit it. Suppose I am editing it at 5.00, means 500%, and then this will be applicable for whole clip. Now check for this video clip whether it is boost up or not. So move to the video preview window and go for previewing Similarly, yes, it has increased. So similarly, you can adjust the volume of a number of clips that you want to merge or you want to use for your video lectures. Now suppose I want to decrease the volume of the clip. So you can move to the beginning of the clip using blue slider. At 0, and you can set the volume as 0.5, that is 50% of the original volume that you have. So now go to the preview window and see whether it is set to the 50% of the original volume or not. Yes, it is set to the 50% of the original volume. Another thing you can do is muting your volume. So you just set the volume as 0 and it is going to mute your whole clips. So we will set the blue slider at 0 and the volume as 0.0. So your clip is muted. To check again, we need to go to the preview window and we need to click on yes, the task is done properly. Again, another way to mute your clip is you can right click your clip and you can move to the volume, then entire clip, and keep the level of your volume as level 0. So in this way also you can mute your volume of the particular clip. Now I want that the volume should be boosted at the particular level. For example, suppose we will take the volume should boost at this level, that is at 3 minutes. So make your slider to move to that particular place. Again, you have to move to the properties, go to the volume, as you can see it is at 1.00, that is 100%. So I will make it 2. And the volume that is set to 2 is denoted over here. You can see the green marker over here, which is denoting that I have made changes at this particular place for adjusting the volume. As you can see over here, it is showing the linear movement or linear raise of the particular volume. If you move the slider from starting of the clip to the portion, it is linearly increasing from 0 to 2. This thing we don't want. What I want is it should have the constant volume. So for that, you just move to the volume again, right click on this and select the constant. So as you can see, the constant is making the volume constant. After the slider. After the particular marker. This way you can adjust your volume for adjust the volume for the clips. Once we adjust the volume of the video, we may also want to trim the unwanted part of the video. So here our video is ready at track 1. What we are doing is we are listening a video and to identify what contents of the video we don't want in our video clip. So what we are doing is we are using the spacebar of our keyboard for pausing and starting the particular video. So suppose I start playing of my video, it is going to play the video and that at some place, say after 50 seconds or 60 seconds, I have something that I don't want in my video. So what I will do is make my slider to the exact location from where I want trimming my video. There are two ways to trim the video. The first way is you just put the slider at the place from where you want to trim the video. Right click the slider, select the slice all, which is having 3 options. It is saying either you want to keep both the sides, or left sides, or keep right sides. So what it does is it is slicing your clip into 2 parts and it is shown. We are considering now for this particular video clip keep both the sides. So as you can see here, it is going to slice your video into 2 parts. Now again, move your slider at some place like say at the 2 minute and go for selecting slice all, keep both the sides. Again, it is going to slice your right hand side video clip into 2 parts, 2 slides. Now, this is what I don't want in my video clip. So, I want to remove. Now, to remove this particular part of my video clip, I am going to select this. I am going to right click on the particular part and just click on remove clip. So it is going to remove the particular part. Now suppose I want to go for joining this clip to the previous one. So one thing that you can do is drag the clip and put at the end of the first clip. When you do this, remember that your snapping tool must be enabled. If you are not enabling the snapping tool, it may possible that your clips may overlap. So that thing we don't want in our video clip. So every time you go for selecting the clips, enable snapping tool. The drawback of this is that when you move your slider and when you go slice all, it is going to slice all the clips which are there in all the tracks. So now in this case we are keeping our video clip at track 1. So whatever the clips which are there at track 2, when you are doing the operations on the track 1 clips, the same operations will be performed on track 2. So unwanted or unnecessarily we are going to slice the video clips of track 2. So to avoid this, we can use the razor tool. You just select the razor tool and you can have this razor, you just go for putting it somewhere in the clips. So for example, if you are keeping this razor tool here, so it is going to slice your video clips in 2 parts. Again, you can use this razor tool to slice these 2 parts. But the drawback of this razor tool is, as it does not have any marker, you cannot slice from the exact time. You have to go for checking the approximate time. Another important thing is, suppose I want to slice from the end of somewhere from 10 minutes. So what I can do is just I will move the slider at the 10 minutes and reduce the right side part to the exact location of the slide bar. So it reduces the right side of the slider. Or you can set your slider somewhere in the clip and click on the right slide, select slice all and keep left side option. It is doing the same thing. So this is how you can trim your video. As I mentioned earlier, sometimes you may want to add text to video as you forget some important point at the time of recording, and then you don't want to go back and re-record again because recording is very tedious job. Addition of text is not that much difficult in OpenShot. So let's see by the demo how to add text to the video. We have again 2 videos ready in our timeline, and suppose at position 40 seconds I want to add a text because I missed something while recording. So once you put here slider at 40 seconds, go to the menu bar, select title. It is going to open the title window as it is displayed over here. Just go for selecting title, as there are many formats available, but as we want to add something as a part of something that we have missed out, just go for selecting simplest title. Suppose I have selected standard one. So once you select the standard one, over here in this window it appears. We just go for giving the name of the title in line 1. You can also give the name of subtitle. You can also change the font by clicking on font and by selecting any of the font that you want. You can change the text color even. So suppose I am going to take the text color as pink. You can change the background color also. So suppose I am going to take background color as white. It is going to change the background color as white. This is how the text will appear. And then you go for clicking on save. Once you do this, it is going to save the text file and it is visible in project file window. As you can see, it is having the name as title file name .svg file. Now I will right click this .svg file and add to timeline. I will select track 2 as I want to show this text to the top of the video 1, which is there in track 1. And start time is 40 seconds that we have selected. Go for clicking on OK. What you find is .svg file appears in track 2 starting from 40 seconds. Once it is done, select that SVG file, right click on it and move to transform. When you click on transform, it appears like this. Now you go for resizing the text like this. And put it somewhere in your video. Suppose I am putting it here. So it will be visible over here when you play the video. Now you just go for playing your video. As you can see, the text is appears starting from 40 seconds to this recording and it appears up to 60 seconds. If you want to extend the time duration, you just select that text and go for increasing it. Suppose I am going to increase it till 1 minute. So now you can see the text that you have inserted in your video will appear till 1 minute starting from 40 seconds. If you want to create a text with multiple lines, you can select any of the other template which are available. For example, for multiple lines, let's select standard 3. So you will find line 1, line 2, line 3. You just need to enter the name of the particular text over here. So in this way, we are ending with how to add text to the video.